This meeting is being recorded.
What? Did you hear her? Did two people say that?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Sorry. Okay.
And I got a pop-up.
Welcome. That was so weird. I've only ever heard the one, and then somebody else popped up and said it. Okay. Well, hey, welcome everybody who's watching the recording. I feel like I should start over, but we're fine. It's our February 2022 first Monday Zoom. And so we were just chatting while we were letting a few more people hop on, but I was curious, what have you guys been selling the most so far from this new catalog? What's been the most popular? You know, we're just a few days in, so.
Well, I'll start, and maybe this will give you all some encouragement. Until today, I had 0 PRV.
Still Harry Potter?
Kind of where I was at. I haven't sold anything out of this catalog. I'll be honest.
I think the catalog comes too early.
People are not quite ready for their spring stuff to switch over in their minds. The only PRV I had today before today was my own new stuff that I ordered on the 1st. But then when I placed my Harry Potter orders, people did have some other stuff they wanted to get. So I did sell some new scents and a couple of warmers. Yeah, we just got done with like snow and ice right as this new catalog was launching. So that was a little strange.
And I sent a couple texts out and they were like, you know, it's snowing outside right now, right? And I was like, okay. So I quit sending out text messages because I was like, they've got a point. Like, I'm asking them if they want new spring and summer scents, and they're you know, they can't even walk out on their front porch without falling on their butts because it's icy. So I figured I did put them like in all my buckets, my clean buckets that I delivered on Sunday. They're in there. They're in my scent boxes that went out on Thursday of last week. So hopefully they'll look at it, and maybe next week when it's like later in this week when it's 70 degrees would be a good time to start.
I mailed out some like catalog packets that I just put like a little bit of Scentsy soak in thing and a warmer and scent of the month flyer, and what else did I put in there? Catalog, magnets or my magnet and something else. And not everybody's gotten them yet because mail's already slow, and it's even slower now because of all the weather is impacting it. So I also didn't get them in the mail until like, the 2nd or the 3rd. So that's partially on my end. But my mom loves the tie-dye warmer, so I went ahead and ordered the whiff box because it was such a good price basically. And I just went ahead and signed up for a Scentsy Club, and I'm just going to get the whiff box every month. But when I showed it to my mom, so I don't have the actual warmer yet, but when I showed it to my mom, she goes, all my friends need that. I'm like, okay, let's buy them.
That would be a great gift for her to have. And then like it's already packaged up that she can give for birthdays and things.
For all of my life, I've always made fun of her and her like 3 or 4 really close girlfriends. They always get like a matching tie-dye shirt that says Florida or wherever. And so my old dog Turbo, they took him to get groomed one day and he came home with a tie-dye bandana. So I've always joked, like all of the daughters of all of these girls were like, we're going to start going to dog grooming. And they like drop the dogs off, go to the bar next door and have a pizza and a beer or something. And then they like all are in tie-dye the whole time. So I'm just like, it's perfect for you girls.
Oh yeah. They all need one of those. So we were just, those of you guys who are just joining us, we were just talking about how like many of us have felt like February was a little slow getting started. And like today was nice because today was Harry Potter release day, but it made me think like maybe for a few minutes, just like 5 minutes, we should share a few ideas for PRV. Like if you don't have Harry Potter pre-sales to be redeeming. And this is something some people did last year, but last month, the buckets, the cleaning buckets. I don't think we talked about that on First Monday Zoom, did we?
No.
So Chris or Kaylin, can you guys share that and how like that could still be done this month if you're looking for some PRV, because it's not spring necessarily. It's not like, oh, you need fresh, clean spring scents. It's just anytime.
I have an order that just came in, so I have a bucket I just put together. Let me run and get it.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
because all mine are gone.
Please do. This was a fabulous idea people had using.
I mean, I can show you the picture of the one I did. I don't think it's going to show very well because of my camera.
You can kind of see it.
So now I did learn something really quick. When I put them together, I put them in one of those little clear bags from Dollar Tree, get 2 for $1, whatever, the clear cellophane. Don't do that because when they pick them up to carry them, those bags are so cheap that everything comes out. So if you don't have a clear Scentsy bag, don't put it in the cheap one from Dollar Tree because you'll lose it right in the middle of the parking lot.
Kaylin, are those products sitting on top of something in the bucket?
Yes.
So what I did is, Tim had ordered something from Amazon, and to pack it, they put those big round bubble wrap. You know what I'm talking about? So I had some of those for some of my buckets that I put in there. But then if I didn't have any of that, I saved all my packing paper from my Scentsy deliveries. And that's what I put in the bottom of my buckets. So let me just kind of preface it real quick. All this is the Classic Clean bundle, and it was on sale last month for $22.50. So you weren't giving them a special price. It was not a personal special. You were just advertising it as a cleaning bucket. You can put up to 10% of extra product in anything you give away without being out of a compliance. The bucket is from Dollar Tree for $1. These little sponges that I used, they were in a pack of 6 for $1. So less than a quarter a piece. And then the only other extra that I put in there was these little, you fill this up with dish soap, and this is a scrubber. And so this was $1. And then all they got was, they got a bathroom cleaner. They got a dish soap, and they got a counter clean. And then they got the new catalog. They got this little card about Scentsy Club, because you guys haven't heard me talk, but Amy and Chris and Denise have heard me blowing everyone up about Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club. That is my focus this year. And so what I want them to start doing is putting these kind of products into Scentsy Club, because I don't want to work as hard. And if I've got Scentsy Club orders coming in, I'm not having to work. Then the other thing they got in there was I made samples of Scentsy Fresh.
That's a cute sample. It's a nice size.
These bottles came from Dollar Tree, but actually the little bit taller bottles hold the same amount that come from Amazon, and the labels fit on there better. So Scentsy Fresh. And then they got some samples of wax. And then this was my favorite thing that I did. I came up with this all on my own. Normally, I don't reinvent the wheel. There are pages that I get my ideas from, and I don't reinvent the wheel. I use other people's ideas. But I want to get other products in my customers' hands, and I want them to start using other products. So they got a nice size sample of Scentsy Soak. It has the label on the back, so I'm within compliance. And then on this other side, it has this bathtub label. And it says, now that you've done all that cleaning, draw a hot bath and soak those muscles. So that's everything they got. So I shared this with the other leaders on here, and Denise was like, I think they're silly. I'm not doing it. I'm telling off on you, Denise.
That's okay.
And then the next thing I know, she's messaging on our Polo group, and she's like, oh my gosh, this was brilliant. They're selling. And it wasn't my idea, you guys. It was another leader's idea. But it is. It's a great buy for $22.50. But here's the thing. They were on sale for 10% off. They're only $25 regular. So we were talking, we're going to do it again in the spring when people are doing spring cleaning. And instead of putting it in buckets, I'm putting mine in those little, is that what you used, Chris, this time?
So I used the buckets because when I used the caddy, they didn't seem to sell. So I used the bucket and I just did this little thing that I got off of somewhere and I stuck it to the front of the bucket. It
Yeah.
comes right off. So it doesn't like, they're not stuck with it. Yeah. And the only other thing, I put this flyer in.
Ooh, good idea. The clean flyer, right?
I keep all of these kind of flyers on hand. Because I put them with whatever sample. If I give them a dryer disc as a sample, this is going in it. And it's the Lift Stains Leave Fragrance, but I have all of them. I have the clean, I have the laundry, and I have the body.
Yeah, if anybody's looking for it, it's a trifold brochure. Robeth, did you have a question? It's two. Sorry, two.
Yeah.
My iPad died on me, so I missed the thing that Kaylin said showed everybody.
The clean bucket.
So
Well, I bucket, but she said something about she put something in it as well, and then Denise was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know. Sorry,
it's okay. I think she was talking about how she made a Scentsy soak sample that was like, now that you've done all this cleaning, here's a little treat for you to, treat yourself to a bath. She made
okay.
And then she was talking about how Denise was not really, Denise was like, nah, I don't think so. But then when she actually tried, she sold some. I will tell you guys, I haven't done this yet because I was like, when am I going to go to Dollar Tree? I'm not sure when I can get out and do this, but you guys, you can order stuff from Dollar Tree online.
I shipped it straight to my house.
I think it's just like 12 at a time. So like, I think for me, I might just commit to trying to make 12 and sell them all and order 12 of all those different things. And then anyway, that's just an extra PRV idea since we were kind of saying, man, we're kind of off to a slow start this month. Yeah, Jess.
I ordered everything, the brush, and then I did a microfiber instead of the sponge towel. And I think they were like $4 in there. They're white. That's what I put in there. I had every bit of it shipped to my house, all on the same Dollar Tree order. Because I went to 2 Dollar Trees and they didn't have it, and I'm not going to drive all over Tulsa looking. So ship it to my house.
Yeah. And did you guys factor like tax and shipping in whenever you told a price, or did you add that on at the end, or tax for people?
I sent them an invoice for the $22.50 plus tax. I mean, it wasn't.
Okay.
All mine are local. Most of them got delivered at the same place on Sunday at church, which was fantastic. I think I had 9 go to church. So it was, and I have 3 more orders for them because they saw me carry them into church. Because I have no problem bringing items on into church. Just like Wednesday nights, I label stuff Wednesday nights because youth leaders buy Scentsy. So.
I was thinking that 2 different ideas with these. March would be a good time because that's kind of when people like start purging and doing a spring clean. But I was like, how good of a gift would this be? Like college kid that needs to go off to college, right? Somebody bought their first house, or somebody's like moving into a new apartment or a new condo or a new whatever, and you give them this stuff. Throw in like, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like I cheated on this. So in my Scentsy Club, I have a new baby, new home, and happy birthday from the Moments collection. So that way I'll always have something on hand to gift somebody. But I mean, you could give them any sort of scent and maybe a mini warmer. I mean, I know they're a little bit more expensive now, but still, like, I was just thinking, how awesome of a gift would this be? Like, all of my brothers would have used this if they would have been gifted it. And I have a lot of guys.
Anybody. So that's a good idea, especially like maybe come May, even when people are trying to find graduation gifts. I'm glad you shared that. That's a good idea. I might, I like it.
I think
So
in March, right before spring break, everybody's cleaning up and cleaning out. And
yeah, for graduation gifts, I usually do like a laundry basket with the Laundry Love bundle. That's what I usually do for graduation, but this would be a good one too. And
so cute too, a laundry one.
Yeah. Because kids are going off for the first time and they've got to start doing that kind of stuff. And Jess, I don't understand why you said you feel like you cheated.
You planned ahead.
Well, yeah, sometimes I just kind of, it seems weird, but I just feel weird. Like I don't go through 2 packs of cotton cleanup before my next order. You know, like I just kind of like, am I stocking up for me or am I stocking up just to stock up? Or I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like it's not the best business practices. And I know it's not cheating, but it just kind of feels a little icky to me. And I
think it's a very good business practice to put those scents in there. I have all of those scents in my Scentsy Club, and my daughter is 25 years old, so she's at the age that all of her friends are getting married. And you better believe when they get a wedding gift from Tim and Kaylin, they're getting this warmer right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. It says, I go in there and I put the letters on it, and it says every love story is special. Ours is my favorite. And it has their name and the year, and they get a bar of, I did have Honeymoon Hideaway in my club, and they got a bar of Honeymoon Hideaway, but now they're going to get that bar out of that collection that you were talking about. That's what every wedding I go to, that is the gift they get.
I love that.
You got to be smart with your business.
Back to like the idea of gifting the laundry love or the cleaning for a college student specifically. I'm like, I just got whooshed back. And my mom would have, if she had, I don't know that she would have had the money, but some people do. And she would have loved to sign me up for a Scentsy Club subscription and know that every month or every other month I was going to get something, and it was going to make me think of her, and it's going to make me feel special, and it would feel like home because it's the scents that we use or whatever. Like if I feel like as a parent, if I could send that to my kid every month, like that would just make me feel so good that I could do that for them. So that's a whole other thing. We weren't even going to talk about Scentsy Club tonight, y'all, but we're going to have to do that soon. Okay. We are going to talk about our topic, which is the new incentive that just started on February 7th. So they're doing it like a little different this time. We always have a fall incentive, and then we have a spring/summer incentive. And this time it's in parts. So we actually don't know the whole thing right now. All we know is what we are doing in February and March. No, April. February, March, April, right? February, March. Shoot.
February, March.
I got all up in my head thinking we had it. I'm thinking we have till April to redeem Harry Potter. So I was thinking we have till April for this one, but it's through March. Sorry. So this one is anybody that you sponsored in January, February, or March, right?
Just February.
Yeah, just February.
I thought if you sponsored in January, they could certify in February or March.
Yep.
Was that it? Okay.
Yep.
And one new frontline
double
team member
check it.
between midnight January 1st and March 31st who promotes to certified between midnight February 1st and March 31st.
Yeah, I thought you said you could sponsor them in March. I'm sorry.
So if you had somebody join your team as a frontline in January, February, or March, if they get certified in February or March, meaning they sell their first 1,000 PRV, then you earn the first brick by brick for the brick by brick incentive, which is this set. If you guys don't know, I think most everybody knows, but this is a ring light. Dun, da, da, da. My kids had stolen it and I finally got it put back in here. But yeah, there's like a special, does it say Scentsy on it? There's a picture. I want to make sure. The microphone has Scentsy on it. I had it pulled up on my workstation.
Yeah, the microphone has it, but it doesn't look like the actual ring does, just the microphone.
Okay. Let me screen share real quick. Okay, so here's the brick by brick incentive, and it tells you, there it is, there it tells you how to do it. And so here it is, yeah, a ring light, and then there's a microphone, and then this is a clip that you can, like, it holds your phone up, or does it hold the ring light onto your phone? I'm not sure how it works, but this is the special set. So if you earn the first part of the incentive, this is your first little brick of a prize that you get. Then, and we all, should be working towards this one, because then if we earn the second one that they're going to have in April, May, and then I think the last will be June, July. If we earn the other 2 that they're offering, then you get this like giant part, which is either a 2-piece luggage set that are Scentsy branded. How many of you guys have Scentsy luggage? I don't have any.
I don't have the purple. I have the black that you could buy.
I'm like, we couldn't buy it.
How about the black roller luggage back? I don't even remember which SFR it was at.
You would have earned it. You mean black and white?
No, I'm talking about the black soft one. The
Okay.
soft luggage.
I want this hard luggage. And
I want
previously,
to say it was Indianapolis that I bought it, and I've used it ever since.
okay.
But
Well,
yes, I want the purple hard one.
these hard luggage, 2-piece. So if you earn all 3 parts of the incentive, you get this 2-piece luggage, or here's all of the shoe, the Vans designs that you can choose from. What would you guys pick? These might get dirty, but I love these fruity ones.
Bottom middle.
Which one? Bottom middle, Kendra?
Yeah, those are cute.
What else would you guys choose? Butterflies?
I might.
These are
Or
not
the
the most
bottom
sensitive.
left.
If you're trying to get attention, I don't know. They're fun though.
I'm luggage all the way. I'm not a Vans wearer though, so
Yeah.
I've never owned a pair of Vans.
I couldn't decide if I would want the shoes or the luggage, but I still really want the luggage. Or if you don't want any of those, you get $200 Scentsy product credit to use. However, they just put the product credit on your account. So we're all working to earn this first part. So then we have the right to go in after earning all 3 and getting the big part. So we thought we would give some tips for recruiting this month or tonight so that everybody has it fresh. Like we have 2 full months basically to get a recruit and get them certified, but we want to get everybody off to a good start since it's better to get that going ASAP. So Denise, you want to go first with your
Sure.
recruiting conversations and stuff?
Sure.
Okay.
Hi, ladies. Okay, we're going to talk about real recruiting. Okay. I'm not going to say I'm the highest recruiter. I have all these numbers, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to tell you that I enjoy recruiting, and the tips I'm going to give you are just some really, really basic things that will help you to recruit. So my first comment's going to be, you've got to make conversations with people simple. You cannot overwhelm people with information when you're having a conversation with them. This business is about building relationships. Okay. There's no way around it. You build relationships, people have to trust you, and people want to work with you. That's what recruiting's all about. Most people aren't joining it because they want to be close to Scentsy. They're doing it because they want to work with you. So it's real important that you build a relationship with somebody from the get-go. I think others may disagree, but I think the biggest error consistently that we make in recruiting is judging people. I've talked about this before, but I will go on and give you example after example of how people judge other people about if they would like to do the business, if they'd be good at doing the business, if, you cannot determine somebody's desires. You cannot. And again, I can tell you story. You all have heard, I think, the story about the shouldn't say her name. The lady who picked up one of my catalogs in the doctor's office, who hardly spoke any English, who called me and I couldn't understand what she was saying. And I went and met her the next day and she signed up. And when she was talking to me on the phone and I couldn't understand her and we couldn't communicate, I was like, oh, this is not worth my time of day. But she turned out to be a really good consultant and recruited some really good people herself. So I think at all times, I'm not going to say that I haven't prejudged. I've heard people say, oh, she makes plenty of money, or she loves her job, or she doesn't want to be bothered with this, or she just wants to buy Scentsy. She doesn't want to join. Don't try to determine what somebody else needs or wants. The list, I'm sure we could all give a list here a mile long about why people might want to be part of the business. And the list goes on, a tax write-off. I signed a lady up a couple of nights ago. She just moved here from South Carolina, and she's living with her son and daughter-in-law in 2 years during COVID. She's not met anybody, and she wants a way to meet people, team members, and something to talk to people about. She uses Scentsy. The only product she uses, ladies, is washer whiffs. Boy, do I have a challenge on my hand. All she'll use is washer whiffs. She loves white tea and cactus, and she just bought 20 tubs of white tea and cactus because it's on sale for $18. She's probably the only person buying it because it stinks so bad. But no, for real. And but she doesn't like any other products. Isn't this going to be a challenge? I'm kind of excited about it because I got to get her to like everything. But she joined because she wants to meet some people. She has a full-time job at home on the phone, shipping medications out or some company like that. But I would never have guessed or even thought, right? But I engaged in a conversation about her and said, you are buying way too many white tea and cactus. We got to get you in the business. That's how we started that conversation. So I think the thing that people are most guilty about is judging people. And that is our biggest downfall. You've got to make it simple. You've got to listen to people. We are so guilty. I'm guilty of it. It's when you think, okay, I got somebody I want to talk to, that we just start vomiting all over them about why we want to be in the business, instead of listening what they have to say to you. Listening, telling you, they would love to stay at home. They have a bunch of medical bills to pay, whatever the situation may be. You have to listen. Because if you just sit there and keep going and going and going at them, you're going to spin your wheels. I promise you're going to spin your wheels. And so you have to be able to listen to what they're saying. You also have to have something handy, which I'll go through the recruiting packet in a second, of what you got to have in your hand. I'm going to give you a couple examples. And it's just so funny because this one happened today. And when I told Amy I would do this, I was like, yeah, I like to role play conversations, but then this one happened today. So it was kind of funny because I didn't really have to dig back. Although it has, I'll be honest with you, not getting out as much with COVID. It's kind of hard to do some of this stuff I'm going to tell you when you don't get out as much. Recruiting is intentional. Now, I sat through a recruiting about 2 years ago, and somebody said, recruiting is intentional. If it's not intentional, then you have ingrained it into your daily life. So if you don't have to intentionally think about this, then good job for you. You've incorporated it to talk about Scentsy, just like you would talk about your children or your grandchildren. Now think about that. When you start talking to somebody, we all talk about our kids, our grandkids, right? So if you've ingrained Scentsy into your life that much, then talking about Scentsy is just like talking about your kids. Okay. And if you've done that, wow, that's awesome. But if you haven't, then you have to be intentional. Seriously, because I get out less now because of COVID. When I'm getting ready to go somewhere, I think ahead of time, where am I going that I can talk to somebody? I don't know who it's going to be, obviously, but I know I set those expectations up in my head. Somebody asks me how my day is going, I'm going to take it right back to Scentsy, even if I'm having a terrible day like I did today. But I'm going to take it right back to the Scentsy. So I'm going to give you this example today. So first of all, those of you that know me, I don't grocery shop. So that also takes I stopped grocery shopping 2 years ago. So thanks to Amy, I go to Walmart and I drive up and I get my groceries, and then I go to HEB and I get the other groceries. That's a grocery store. And I go back and forth. So that limits all my conversations in the grocery store. Okay. So things have slimmed back for me of how I'm really used to recruiting. So today, because the Walmart pickup was going to take a week, what is that? I'm protesting about that. I had to go grocery shopping. Y'all, I despise it. I despise it. So I'm going through the grocery store, and all the men have to have their carts where they bump you and they stand right there and they don't move. They just look at you. Oh, I just hate it so much. And they just and I'm going around this corner and I'm like, okay, how many more aisles do I have to go down? I'm telling you this because I'm already frustrated, guys. I don't want to be there. I'm frustrated. I'm mad at the world. There was some other stuff going on in my life today. And I was like, ooh. So this girl, excuse me. I turn around. She says, I love your mask. It's purple and it has rhinestones on it. It matches my sweatshirt. Okay. I said, oh, thank you. You can get these on Amazon. They're very easy to get on Amazon. But I love this purple because I love to wear my company colors. She goes, really? Your company colors? I said, yeah, look, Scentsy, our company color is purple. And so I didn't really have her into a conversation at that point. Pretty bold. I said, what kind of things do you use to make your house smell good? And I peeked in her cart. Pretty gutsy. I peeked in her cart. And she goes, oh, I use Glade room spray, blah, 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 blah. And she started naming all the stuff from the dollar store. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, I'll have to tell you, give you some information about what I do. Okay, and it all went from there. I gave her a catalog, on and on and on, called her when I got home, checked if she had looked at it yet. And so the relationship begins. And then you go from there. Why are you shaking your head, Amy?
No, it's so good. That's why I
Yeah,
wanted you to give an example. That is so good.
Okay, but I'm telling y'all this because listen, I didn't go after her. She said, excuse me, I like your mask, right? But I already was thinking when I was in the store, going into the store, that I have a white one and I have a black one. I like the black one because my lipstick doesn't get on it. But I intentionally wore the purple one to match my purple sweatshirt. Didn't know anybody was going to stop me. Okay. Didn't have a clue. All right. Another example. So I've joined this new workout program and I love it. And when I first started there, it was kind of down and out. And I didn't really want to be going in there and blaring about Scentsy. And, I just was real mild about it. But then my body was hurting and I needed those Scentsy soaks. And so when I get done with my routine now, I say, because there's new people in there every day, I say, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful I get to go home and soak in my Scentsy soak and I get paid for using the product. What are you on a trial or something, Denise? Are you doing a trial research or something? I said, no, let me tell you, come up front. I'm going to give you my catalog. Okay, so once again, it's just part of my conversation. The other one, and y'all think about this, you have to talk in your words like you're glowing. Your words have to glow, whether you're on the phone, in person, or you're on Facebook. Your words have got to glow. They've got to have passion. They've got to glow because otherwise nobody cares. Honestly, nobody cares. They've got to glow. You have to be that passionate about it. And if you're not, then you got to really evaluate and think about it and say, wow, how can this be a stronger, vision for me? How can it shine a little bit better? One more example, the post office. Now, this is funny. I'm going to call Amy out. So Amy is always trying to tell me to get on Pirate Ship or Dr. Pirate, or I don't even know what it's called. Doctor something. I don't know.
I gotta write that down.
Something about them picking up my mail or something. I don't know, girls. I don't know. But I go to the post office at least 3 times a week. Even with COVID, I take my sweatshirt and go like this to put the handle, to cover the handle. Or I have my towel from my workout to grab it because, there's COVID everywhere. And so I got my mask on. So I'm standing there in line. Now, y'all just listen to me. The line is long. I hate it. And you got to stand 6 feet apart. So you got to be wrapped down the building. Okay, see, I can find lots to complain about, girls, but I'm not going to show that in my attitude. So I'm standing there, I was like, oh my gosh, I hate this line. I can't stand this line. Everybody's going to chime in with you. Try it. You're negative, they'll be negative. The person will turn around and start talking to you about why it's negative, right? And so then I'll be sitting there, and I'll say, you know what, though? I guess I'm really thankful that I can come here whenever I want, do whatever I want, exercise when I want, go eat whenever I want, and work a full-time job. And they go, really? How do you get to do that? And so I talked to them about Scentsy. Seriously. And the male people bust it wide open because they take my little envelopes and they always go like this. Ooh, that smells good. So I got to tell them what's in there. I mean, they pick it up and go. And I talk plenty loud, guys. I talk plenty loud. So people will ask me. I'm not standing in line going, will you join Scentsy? Will you join Scentsy? Will you join? Hell no. They think something was wrong with me. Okay. Real quick, the packet, guys. Having a recruiting pack is as important as just as having a business card and a catalog. In mind, just real quick. Of course, you have to have a sample. Old school, we used to do these tri-fold things. I have 2 folds. Some people use cards, but this is all about me and my business. People love to know about you. They want to know about you more than they want to know about the benefits of Scentsy. Hands down, they want to know about you. People like to gossip. People like to judge you. People like to know your story, whether they support it or not. That is more important than this.
Because people are nosy.
People are nosy. So give them something to be nosy about. These you get in the store. There's updated ones, but I don't buy updated ones until I sell out of these. Of course, on behalf of Kaylin, we're going to put the Scentsy Club card in there. So they already know. I just added this. I'm so against Scentsy Club, but I got to get over my attitude. And I said, well, I'm going to lay the seed about Scentsy Club. And that's what part of this is about recruiting, so that they understand how easy it is to sell Scentsy and make money right here. Thank you, Kaylin. And the catalog, of course, the monthly flyers. And then I have this. And I made this up years ago, and I'll post it if y'all want it. If you don't want it, it's okay, because more people for me to recruit. And it says frequently asked questions. Okay, just let me read them. I'm not going to read the answers. How much will I make? Is there a minimum amount to sell? Tell me if these aren't the most frequently asked questions. Do I need to recruit? Can I cancel my membership? How do I get paid? How much does it cost to join? Do I have to maintain an inventory? What kind of support is there? And how to join? Okay, I put this in there because I don't mess with any of this, guys. They read this. I make it so simple when I'm talking to them that I go, oh, here's just take this home and look at it. But you better bet in 48 hours I'm going through this with them. Okay, this recruit I just got, we met for lunch. I never, promise you, we talked, we socialized, we got to know each other. You know when I brought the recruiting packet out? When we were getting ready to leave. I said, here's a little gift for you. Look through it. I'll call you. Never even went through it. And for those of you that don't like to talk and you get all nervous, here's your answers right here. You don't have to say anything. All they got to do is read it. Right? There's your answer. All right. I'm going to say one more thing. Okay. I'll be ready. Get your Kleenex out. Ready? Is everybody listening? Everybody shake your head and say, yes, we're listening, Denise.
Yes, ma'am, we're listening.
Okay. If no one had shared Scentsy with me, I would not be alive. This business is such a blessing. You never know by selling one bar of wax how it may change someone's life. You be the change maker in someone's life. Your troubles will seem much smaller. Y'all, I put a lot of thought and prayer into that today. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. When you turn your mindset around to, I'm not trying to get people to join to earn a trip. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Don't misunderstood. And you turn it around to saying, I just want to change somebody and help somebody. When you change that thinking up there to, I just want to help somebody, then it makes all the difference in the world about talking to people about the business and the product. Any questions?
I have one question. So when you hand out your packets, I'm thinking it's kind of a waste to hand those out if you don't have a way to talk to them. How do you go about that?
Oh, getting their phone number?
Yeah,
Oh,
what do you say?
I feel, I'm old school. I feel like some people don't want to give out their phone numbers, but they'll give out their email or their Facebook. So if I give them one, I say, hey, here's my address and contact information on here. How can I contact you? That's all I do. And I have to have talked to somebody about interested in the business to give them a recruiting packet. I mean, everybody I talk to gets a catalog and a sample and all that, but I do have to have some conversation with them at some point to give them a recruiting packet. But I try to give out at least 15 to 20 of those every month. Some months I slack. COVID's been tough because it's just not a lot of places to go. And for me, this is just me. You all are different. My passion and myself is hard to come through on Facebook sometimes. So I struggle because I do much better with people talking in person than reaching out on Facebook. So that's a struggle. So I just got to find new ways. I just got to find new ways. So, and one more thing, another thing is when people ask you why you're so lucky. Amy, why are you so lucky that you get to stay home with your 5 kids and homeschool them and have lunch with your husband? And
I'm not pregnant. There's only 4.
oh, sorry. Okay.
Wait a minute.
She's pregnant. No, let's start a rumor. Amy, how is it that you're so lucky that you get to do that?
Yeah, I found Scentsy. So I get to
Really?
have this job that I love, and I get to stay home and do it
Wow.
surrounded by my children right here in this office, right
You're
here
blessed.
next to me.
No, I mean,
No, I
for real,
really am.
guys.
That is why I get to stay home. I probably
Right.
would not have 4 children. We couldn't afford 4 children.
Okay, how many people do you tell that to, Amy, on a daily basis?
Not enough.
Right. Tell them. When girls ask me at the gym, Denise, how is it that you can come here every day, whenever you want, whatever time? Because I have a great job. Really? You can just come and go whenever. Yeah, I have a great job.
I need to have my nails done, but when I do go have them done, she always asks me, because I go during the day.
Yeah.
She always says, you don't work today? You don't work today? Oh yeah, I work. Oh, what do you do? You guys just have to be mindful of what you're saying and how you're saying it to people.
And if you say, oh yeah, I work at home. I'm so tired. I didn't get no sleep last night. My kids kept me up. My husband kept me up. They're going to stop talking to you. I don't care if you get to stay home or not. They're going to stop talking to you because obviously you're stressed, right?
They're gonna ask what you and your husband were doing that kept you up all night.
That's right.
Anyway.
And I'm going to tell them to build that relationship. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's a way of opening up conversation. I love that you said that you just are real loud. Man, this line sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody has that in common. Everybody's thinking the same thing, and it opens that up. I love that. Before we run out of time, I want Kaylin to share, because you kind of you went right into kind of what she is going to be talking about.
So kind of what Denise was talking about, a little bit of some of the things she is using is attraction marketing. And that's not really what I'm supposed to talk about tonight, but I do want to mention attraction marketing. And for those of you who don't know, Tim and I bought a boat. It's not a new boat. It's not a fancy boat, but we bought a boat. We bought a camper, and we spent the entire summer at the lake last year. I'm talking, our campers stayed at the campground all week long and all weekend. And I posted pictures like crazy of us on the lake. And you think people weren't asking me, how are you staying up there during the week, every day, every weekend? Because I work my business hard during the fall. I have built relationships with my customers, and my customers continue to support me. And because of that, I can go and do those kinds of things. So attraction marketing is a big thing. So instead of always trying to sell your product on Facebook, talk about what you're doing every day. Talk about if you're at Chick-fil-A with the kids and you're letting the kids play on the playground. Take a picture of them, because people will start asking you, how are you hanging out with the kids all day, every day?
Can
Anyhow,
I
that's not
interject one quick thing before you go on? You did this with your nails, and I thought you were going to say when people like comment on your nails or give you a compliment, like that's another thing. So like some people may not have the desire to quit their job, or you might not be there yet even if you are working towards it. But even those little things like, oh, your nails look so great. Thanks, my Scentsy money pays for this every month. Like it doesn't have to be that you make thousands, but like, oh, just that little bit extra, I'm able to buy something new every season to update my wardrobe or whatever.
right.
So that's all. Or kids dance or whatever you're doing. So, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's another one too. Okay, so I'm supposed to talk about some ways that you can introduce recruiting conversations other than the typical, party at a party or just cold messaging people and asking them. Denise said something earlier about listening. You guys, we all talk too much. Everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to have their turn to talk, and everybody wants to talk about themselves, but we talk too much. We need to listen. We need to pay attention to what our friends are posting on Facebook. So my last 3 team members came from posts on Facebook. I had 2 young girls who posted on Facebook that said they were planning their weddings, they were getting married, and it was expensive, and they were doing this and doing that. And I just sat there and read their post, and then I messaged them. And I said, hey, Katie, I said, I was just reading your post about your upcoming wedding. And I said, I would love to help you start a Scentsy business that could help you pay for your wedding. Now, I was wanting to earn that trip, that Alaskan cruise. And so, no, this was the Bermuda one. I was wanting to earn that cruise. And so that was my goal, was to earn that cruise, but I never mentioned the cruise. I took it off of me and I made it about them. Scentsy could be a blessing to them and they could pay for their wedding. I did that with my last 2 recruits. And then my last recruit was just, she's buying Disney product. Every Disney product that comes out, she would buy 2 of everything. And she's a nurse and doesn't need the money. But I told her, I said, hey, I said, you're buying every one of these products. And I said, we could just open you up a link and you could get your kit for free. And then you could buy these products on your link and you'll get 25% back on everything you spend. So that's how I got her. But you just have to listen to what people are saying and not always make it about, what you want. And then, like I said, the attraction marketing, take pictures of you using your products. Take pictures of the things that you're doing every day in your life. And Denise was talking about the rack cards, or she called it the 2, I call it a rack card. It was the 2-sided thing. I took a marketing class years and years ago. And in this marketing class, they said that the 2 things that sell people on products, whether it be real estate, whether it be products, whatever, are pets and children. So use your pets. Jess, you've got your dog in your lap tonight. Get pictures of you and your pups at the dog park, or, you and your dogs laying on the bed, and take pictures. Have a shirt made. There's a shirt going around that says, I sell Scentsy so my fur babies can have a better life. Put that on your rack card. just market your business in a way that you're not selling it. And when people see the trips that you're going on or the things that you can do with your kids or your animals or your husband or your wife or whatever, they want to do what you're doing. They want the life you have. So
Sorry.
I think that's all I had.
She has it. Look at that. Look at Jess's shirt. Jess, you have to say something so that it'll pop up for those on the phone.
I have it. Here you go.
I have it in a t-shirt that's like that, sort of.
This is just proof that Jess needs to sell about, I don't want to tell you how much I paid for Moxie, but I need to sell that much more by next fall. So I can actually have fur babies.
Oh,
Moxie
right.
needs a sister.
And you guys,
You want another one of those?
huh?
She wants another dog? Another Moxie?
Yes.
Lord,
Moxie needs a playmate to burn off that energy.
that may help. Yeah.
Maybe not this fall, but next fall for sure.
I got a Roddy poo that belongs to my son. I'll send you
I have 3 cats.
without his permission. I'll just ship it.
Denise, I have to ask you, do you wear Scentsy clothes to work out?
Like 2 days a week. I have Scentsy leggings and I have a Scentsy shirt. Another big one that I dug out was one of the trips to Punta Cana at the very, very beginning. We made these real glitzy t-shirts and I dug that one out to start wearing that one. Well, that got everybody's attention. Like, what is all that glitter? What is all that? That's a pretty t-shirt. You know, once again, women are staring you down and checking you out and, you know, turn it around. But yeah, 2 days a week I do. Not more than that. I mean, I'm working out 7 days a week, so yeah.
I went to the consultant store and got this duffel bag that has Scentsy on it. And I use this. And I have a few Scentsy shirts that I wear too, because my workout tank tops are too small right now. So
Yeah.
and I'd rather cover my chubby arms as much as I can.
I just need to look, or I just need to pay somebody to make me one. I want a couple of shirts for Moxie that say like, I smell good, take a whiff, or something very smart alecky. But we go to the dog park a lot, and I want, like, she has snarky shirts and I wear snarky shirts, so I need to find something that she can wear.
Just
You've seen my little dog. It's a little dachshund, and she goes to all of my Scentsy shows with me, and she draws a lot of people into my booth because people love dogs. But she has a sweater that she wears that says Scentsy Security.
that is so cool. You take her with you?
Oh yeah.
That is so smart and so fun. And I definitely would go visit your booth. That's genius. Hey, we're going to go a little over. If you have to hop off, you can. But I want to keep going. And I do have a giveaway at the end, but I'm going to wait till the very end. But I understand if you have to hop off, and we'll have the recording emailed out later this week. But Kaylin, look, you look like you were going to say something else in the middle of this.
Oh, I was just going to say, you know, if you're having trouble meeting people, find something new to do. You know, find some stuff, gather up some mail and go to the post office like Denise said. I think I've told you guys that when I quit my full-time job there for a while, things were really easy. But after you've been gone from a full-time job, you quit meeting people. And so I started Ubering. And so I met people by Ubering. But now with COVID, I don't want to Uber and have strangers in my car. So I met a guy through Ubering that does all kinds of courier work. So 3 hours a day, I've been doing courier work for him. And I go to all the OSU clinics and pick up their bank bags and just do courier work for them. And I wear Scentsy. I'm always in full Scentsy gear, and I have gained customers, these receptionists at these clinics. They'll be like, do you have a catalog? And the lady at the bank asked me back in February, do you have a catalog? And I was like, of course. And all she wanted to get was some room sprays. And then one of the other ladies at the bank said, oh my gosh, you should use their diffusers. Their diffusers are awesome. So she ordered a diffuser. So, I mean, let your body, let your clothing do the talking for you. People will ask, but find ways to get out and meet people. Take your kids to the playground. Go to the dog park. If you're at the dog park or you're at the playground, I mean, don't take your eyes off the kids because crazy things happen, but take work on while you're there and people will ask you. I promise they will. That's it. That's
Jess,
about all I got.
if I was at the dog park with my dog, which I can't take my dogs there because they're not sociable, but if they were, I would be talking to everybody about how good my dog smelled.
Oh, trust me, I do. So
Okay.
at our dog park, there is this sand pit. Who the hell puts a sand pit in a dog park? Well, she goes and crawls in it and she's got curly, well, now she's buds, but she has curly hair and it is a freaking disaster. And of course there's she's small, so she's got dog slobber. I mean, she's been peed on before. And I'm like, oh, good thing we got that spray in the car. You guys know, I usually wear a ball cap and I just don't look like a girl basically. And I always either have some sort of Scentsy hoodie on, I park right at the front so they can see my back window of my car. And I need to get better about putting a few business cards in my back pocket or something. But
need to get those little sample packs to hand out to people.
I would get some of these bottles and I would make up some Freshen Up Pup samples and I wouldn't leave that in my car. Man, I'd be like Denise and I'd get loud and I'd say, get over here, let's spray you down before we get in the car. And I'd spray her down. And then when someone asks, I'd give them a sample.
Oh yeah, it's just hard sometimes. I can't be hands-free. I have to be hands-free basically because I have a 12-pound monster.
Fanny pack. Just get you a fanny pack.
I was just going to say the same thing.
I was thinking for your business card, instead of having actual physical cards, have some kind of QR code on your phone that people can scan, or you can send to them and you get their contact instead of.
I know it's hard to see, but I made these catalog labels basically, and at the bottom I put Moxie's must have, and I put the Freshen Up Pup on there.
Yeah, she's using that dog in her marketing.
Oh, trust me, yeah.
Good.
Hey, I used my kids. I bought them some t-shirts a long time ago, and my husband laughed at me when I put them in it. We went to a thing out in Tulsa with some friends and put my boys in those t-shirts, and I got a customer out of it. So I was like, her order just paid for those shirts. So, and then I got a teammate one time with my daughter's shirt said on the back, buy Scentsy from my mom. So I just signed up for a fundraiser, or not a fundraiser, a field trip through Epic. So we're going to be doing that this month. So that helps me get to meet new people and hopefully have a conversation or two. So
that's great. When Kaylin was talking about messaging people and interacting with people online, or trying to find ways to engage with people in the marketing, all this stuff, it reminded me, if you guys don't know this, the way that a lot of probably all the social media platforms work is when you engage with somebody, that platform thinks that you know them, or you want to know them, or they want to know you. So if you're commenting on somebody's pictures of their kids or their dinner from last night, even if you do not care what they had for dinner last night, when you comment that, that, wow, that looks amazing, then it is more likely that they're going to start showing up in your feed, but you're also going to show up in their feed more often. So if there's somebody that you have your eye on that you're really would like for them to join my team, or I think they'd be so great at this could really be something amazing for them, that's a good way just to get things going, to get things started. I think something to keep in mind. Okay, Chris, we had a little add-on topic for you. Surprised you.
I mean, most everyone here knows kind of my story and what's happened in the last year and a half, 15 months, whatever it was, seemed like a little bit longer than that now that we're talking about it. But, and actually is, okay. Kathy's still here. Megan, I guess, had to go. Both of them were kind of in the same position. And we won't talk about Megan's position since she's not here, but like I lost my job due to COVID. So it wasn't an option that I wanted to stop my full-time job. I loved my full-time job. I loved working for the foundation. I felt like I had a purpose at the nonprofit. Thankfully, I had my Scentsy business, and I've had my Scentsy business for a long time. My why has changed so many times. Because of course, when I first started selling Scentsy, I had Dakota, and that was all I had. Many of you know I started in January. I got divorced. Well, I left my husband 3 days before our first Scentsy convention and went to Denver. I got divorced that first year that I had my Scentsy business. So my why was totally 100% helping me to support Dakota. I mean, I just lost my job due to death. So like things were just crazy. So Dakota was my why. And then in 2015, once Dakota got into college and I thought life would be a little easier. I met the girls and adopted the girls. So Scentsy was able to help me support that. And then here in 2020, I lose my job again because of COVID. And Scentsy has always been fun for me. Like it wasn't something that I did that I planned on, like I was going to leave the foundation, because I wasn't. I had no interest in leaving the foundation. But over the last 15 months, with the money that I'd had from Scentsy set back and the money that I made from Scentsy, I was able to go ahead and stay home with my grandson until the right job came along. I didn't just have to take a job. So I'm thankful that I was able to work the Scentsy business, especially over this last fall, and be able to do it. But we were talking about, some people, their goal is to eventually leave their job. Like Amy mentioned, she gets to stay home with her kids, and Kaylin supplemented her income enough that she was able to stay home and work her business full time. And Kathy can talk if she wants to about the fact that her job changed because of COVID, and she hasn't went back into corporate America because of her Scentsy business and other things in life. And so like having this business has been so amazing, but had I not gotten the opportunity, I mean, that's what I was thinking about today after you told me, like, let's talk about it. And I was like, try not to cry. So the death that I experienced was right before Kaylin met me. And I had scheduled a party with her sister, Jamie. Jamie had just decided she was going to sell Scentsy. I had just moved into a new house, what I thought was going to be my dream house. It was my forever home. And within 2 months, my boss had took his own life. And so at the time of my party, and I don't know if Kaylin remembers this, but like literally he had passed away a couple months before. The night we had my party, I wasn't excited about signing the night that Jamie came over to do it. Because I was in a really dark spot, but my ex-husband was like, you got to do this. You got to do this just to get you out of the house, get you out of the house. But had that opportunity not ever been given to me about joining Scentsy, I don't know how long I would have stayed in that dark spot, because Scentsy was such a big part of pulling me out. We were signing people on my team. Like we were looking at numbers today. And I was thinking I didn't do anything for months. I mean, I just said it on our Marco Polo. Like I didn't do anything with my business for the first 4 or 5 months. And then I look and I'm like, oh, well, let's see. I signed up in January. I was lead in February, star in March. So obviously I was doing something with my business. I just wasn't thinking about it. But, Denise mentioned, you don't judge who might want to do it. If you would have asked me a month before I signed, I would have told you there's no way I'm going to sell wax. I just graduated with a bachelor's degree in finance. I did not go to college and $80,000 in debt to sell wax. That just wasn't. But that wax business has done so many different things for me over the years. So yeah, definitely don't judge who you're offering the business to, because I was not the key person. And then it's pulled me out of a lot of deep, dark situations. I guess I should say. I don't remember exactly what I was gonna talk about. Just my mind started racing after we started talking about why I was here and why we were doing it.
You were
So,
going to talk about not all people are going back to work, and
no, that's right. Thank you. Because like it's just so many different things. But yeah, like Kathy, I don't know if Kathy is looking for another job right now. I was not looking to go back immediately. I thought I was going to try to make Scentsy full time. And then an opportunity to work part-time, which because of Scentsy, I am allowed to still work part-time. I don't have to go back to full-time. I don't have to give up my kids. My Scentsy business is going to supplement the fact that I still get to leave when I want and go pick up my kids and have my kids every day after school, because I get to work Scentsy in the evenings when I'm with them. But COVID taught a lot of us that we can work from home and still be able to be successful. And so there are a number of people that we're going to meet, especially if we're trying to recruit, and we're looking for the opportunities, and we're looking for we're listening to find out what people are needing. We're going to see that there are people that don't want to go back to work. They don't want to go back to corporate. They might have been corporate for 20 years, who knows? But after being home and seeing how life is, those are the ones that we want to make sure we give this opportunity to. Because I don't know that I ever want to go back full time. Now, that may be different for some, but this is a great opportunity to really focus in on those that have been at home that don't want to go back. This is a totally different avenue than they ever expected.
Chris, I had never heard your story before, or if I had, it's been a really
Pretty
long
dark.
time.
Yeah.
And thank you for opening and, sharing all that with us, because it's pretty amazing what Scentsy did for you. I mean, and has just continued, just keeps every time. It's
Every
just
time
there
I get
for
knocked
you.
down, it's there to pull me back up.
That's pretty amazing. So along the lines of, we're saying there's people who are like not wanting to go back to work or whatever. I think universally, literally across the world, people have spent the last 2 years thinking, what do I really want? What kind of life? Like everything just like got so shook up and disrupted that it's like you got a chance to step back and think like, is this the life I want? What am I doing? Or I think a lot of people are looking inside. And so that's why we're seeing this great resignation, these people who are quitting these jobs and all this kind of stuff. But I've thought personally, like, it is amazing. And this is the kind of stuff that we have to be talking about. And I don't talk about it enough anymore, but I am going to, because as we're discussing this, it's like, I get to stay home with my children. Like I said, I've thought like, if I were working, I'd be going back teaching. I know I wouldn't have 4 children. Think about that. Think like I wouldn't have my babies that I have now. We probably would have stopped at like 2. I don't know. We wouldn't have this house, but like I would be going to work every day. I would be having to do this, getting up in the morning. I mean, like some of you guys still work, but like I have kind of gotten to, and I take it for granted because I'm not thinking about it all the time anymore because it's kind of become my thing. But like I have created the life that I want. And it's great. Everything is not perfect. Like we all have things that come up out of our control. But if I really look at it, get to go pick up my groceries, whatever time. I don't have to go, like I can afford to pay for my kids to have virtual piano lessons. I can do this and this and this. And like, just even if I was not superstar director, if I didn't have the pay I have now, step back and look. And whenever I first joined, if I made $125 a month, like Hot dog, man. That is helpful. That could make a car payment. That can buy groceries. That can mean that you can go out with your girlfriends, once a month. Like you actually can go and pitch in for that appetizer and not have to say, oh, I'm not going to eat any of it. Like how many of us have been there? I have been there. Like, no, that's okay. I'm not going to get the popcorn at the movie theater. You guys go ahead. I don't need any. No, it's okay. You don't have to share. Like, it's okay. But like, I didn't have any money for that before. So it doesn't have to be these huge things we're talking about. Like sometimes it's just that little bit that can change somebody's like the way they feel and the way they live.
Not like, and I'll just speak in because I'm probably of the minority, but like, I don't want to quit my job. I love my career at the hospital. I love what I do, but I also like having at least $150 to $400, $500, $600, $700 a month extra to do whatever the hell I want to do. Because guess what? I'm single and I can do what I want. Or save to get another dog. Or I bought this house because I had a little extra every month that I could pay off this or whatever, like I'm not saying that most people would rather have a different career, or not work their day job or whatever, but Scentsy has afforded me freedom to do whatever the hell I want with my extra money.
But Jess, that's what we're saying. I mean,
no, I know, but I'm just saying like not everybody wants to quit their day job.
Right. When I first joined Scentsy, I had no intentions of quitting my job. I loved my job. Yeah. And that's what we're saying is we have to listen to what people are telling us. They're telling us what they want. And so instead of just, I always think of those videos that we did at that spring sprint whenever I talk about this, but we have to quit going, oh my God, you could quit your job and you could go on these amazing trips and all because of Scentsy and blah, 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 blah. We have to quit acting like that. And we have to listen and we have to just respond to what they're already telling us. Hey, Katie, I saw that you're trying to plan your wedding and I saw that you are paying for it all on your own and your parents aren't helping you. Did you know that I have an opportunity with Scentsy that it could help you pay for that wedding? I mean, maybe it's not going to be enough to pay for the whole wedding, but it could pay for some of it. So that's what we're saying is you have to listen. Not everybody does want to quit their job, but if you know what they want in life, then you know how to talk to them and you know how to recruit them to your team. And I want to add just this little piece onto that. The other thing that I want to add is if you're paying attention to your team and if you're teaching your team to work their businesses now, if they do get into a position like Chris got into, or if they get into a position, I had a girl on my team that was having some financial problems. And I'm like, girl, you've got Scentsy. You're not getting a paycheck right now, but work your Scentsy business. Let that Scentsy business take over for you. Let it fill the gap. But here's the thing, if we are working our businesses every day, then when we do fall on hard times, we'll have that little extra money from Scentsy and it won't hurt as bad if we get laid off or if we're sick and can't work. Mm-hmm. So that was just a little extra I threw in there.
This has been so good.
So what Caitlin said was true because at one point I quit my job and then I got to realizing, oh, I don't have that money anymore. So how am I going to get this or this next month and take care? I think it was right around when SFR was about to happen. And I'm like, I need to save up. So I worked my Scentsy business for a couple of months and had big paychecks. And then along with what Jess says, I don't have a job right now, but I don't have to get one mostly because my husband's income. Scentsy right now isn't supplementing our income, but it allows me to buy Scentsy products for gifts or for myself where I don't have to use our family money to buy Scentsy stuff, but it also helps me just have a little extra spending money every month. So
I think it's been good for us to hear all of these ways. This was not even like something we talked about, but I've loved hearing all the ways that Scentsy works for us and is a blessing for us because it helps us think about other people and how it can help them. So I feel like this was so great tonight. I know we have a small group, but like, this is wonderful. I have stuff written down, ideas. I did a quick drawing for a giveaway when, yeah, we got notes. I have a drawing. And so Irene, you won, and we'll message you and get something in the mail for you this week. So thank you guys all for showing up. We actually have a bonus training on Wednesday. I will post the link. Hopefully I'll get our group email sent out maybe tomorrow or Wednesday morning so that it'll have the link to that. But ask your director, we can share this with you, but it's going to be about using like all kinds of like calendar type things, Google things, reminders. I don't even know, but it's like productivity stuff. And there's another superstar director that's leading this Zoom training, and she is like pumped and so excited about this. So if you're not good at organizing your business and yourself and your life even, just like, she's got systems and stuff. Whether you are good or you're not good, or you love it or you don't, like, I think there'll be something that will be helpful to you. So I'll see you Wednesday. And if I don't get that out, but you want to watch that, talk to your director, talk to me, and I'll make sure we get you that link. Okay. And it's an hour earlier. So it's 7 Central.
Is that one recorded?
It should be recorded. Yeah. It's in that new group we made called Best Practices for Your Scentsy Business.
Yeah, it's just that it's 7 and
I know it's early, but a lot of the leaders that are helping put that group training on are East Coast. And so they've got people that it's really late. So it's called balance, but yeah, we'll make sure that everybody can watch it. Thanks guys for coming tonight. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next month on the 7th of March.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.